When do you find yourself moving away from God? What are your habits? In my Bible study today, I was reading about Deuteronomy 4:30, and it really got me thinking about when I'm closest to God and when I'm not. So I'm going to read Deuteronomy 4:30 for you. When you are in distress and all those things that have happened to you, then in later days, you will return to the Lord your God and obey him. So for me, this seems to suggest that, when you're in distress, you'll later return to God and get closer to God. And that's understandably so. When things happen, when you're sad, when you're brokenhearted, when you're grieving, or all of those things, you might instinctively push away from God because you're asking the questions, why? Why is this happening? Or blaming God, or angry with God, and therefore move away from him in times of distress. And that's understandable. What I've noticed about my own habits is that I actually move away from God more when I'm happy. And I've seen that recently because I'm good. God, thank you. You granted me all the desires of my heart. I'm completely happy right now, and I don't need you anymore. Obviously, that's not what I'm actively thinking, but subconsciously, I feel good. The idols are distracting me, and therefore, I don't lean into God. I lean into God more when I'm in distress. The funny thing is that we all know that God is there no matter what, whether we're super happy or we're in distress, and we're the ones that come and go, and he's still there with open arms. And, for me, I think it's now remembering, I'm so grateful because I do feel God's presence in times of distress, and that's obviously very comforting. I feel very loved and very supported by God in those tough times. But for me, it's about remembering keeping God in focus and present when I find that I'm at the happiest. And so what can I do to hold myself accountable for that? Which is what I'll be working on. So for you, when do you find yourself moving away from God? Is it in times of distress or happiness or others? I'd love to hear from you and how you're going to hold yourselves accountable to just keep God in the focus and center going forward. My name's Janine Calavito, and I am a Christian life coach, and I really appreciate all the support and love that you're giving to Letter from Christ. Have a blessed day, everyone.